If you're over 60, low energy isn't a life sentence. It's often a simple nutrient deficit. We're cutting through the hype and giving you 10 specific, cheap foods that science confirms boost your strength and drive. The catch? One of the most effective foods is something you probably think is just for salads, but it contains a magic mineral that directly synthesizes tea. Stick around for food number 7. Forget the overpriced supplements you see advertised. The human body is a machine built on chemistry, and the fuels it needs are found right in the grocery aisle. We are not promising miracles. We are focusing on clinical science. We target key nutritional building blocks that decline rapidly after age 55: free cholesterol, specific vitamins, and critical minerals like zinc and magnesium. When discussing tea boosting, two mechanisms matter. First, providing the body with the raw materials needed for hormone manufacture. Second, freeing up the testosterone you already have. As men age, sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG, increases. It latches on to usable free testosterone and locks it away. The key is to find foods that supply precursors and foods that may help reduce SHBG activity. This protocol starts tonight. This isn't a long-term goal. It's a series of small, immediate changes. If you value this type of functional longevity and evidence-based practice, please subscribe. We are committed to giving you the unvarnished truth about aging powerfully. Let's start with the most misunderstood food on the list, a true powerhouse: whole eggs. For decades, medical consensus pushed us to avoid eggs due to cholesterol. Science has now reversed this position. Cholesterol is the required precursor molecule for testosterone, progesterone, and estrogen. If your diet lacks sufficient cholesterol, your body cannot efficiently synthesize the tea it needs. Furthermore, the yolk contains vitamin D and choline, which support overall hormone health. The simple takeaway? Stop buying egg whites. Your body needs the whole egg. Aim for 2 to 3 whole eggs daily, preferably free range if you can manage the budget. Next, we move to the foundation of muscle building: red meat, specifically high-quality grass-fed ground beef. Why grass-fed? Because it often contains a significantly better fatty acid profile, including conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA. More importantly, red meat is one of the highest natural sources of zinc and iron. Zinc is critical. It acts as a vital cofactor in tea production. It also plays a role in preventing aromatization, the process where tea is converted into estrogen. If you are serious about managing your energy, start treating red meat as medicine, not just dinner. A 4-ounce serving provides foundational levels of both iron and usable zinc. These first 2 foods address base building blocks. But what crucial mineral deficiency is robbing most older men of their strength? Food number 3 is a concentrated mineral bomb: oysters. We know they are often considered a delicacy, but the science backing them is strong. Oysters are perhaps the single richest natural source of zinc available. One serving of 6 medium oysters can provide well over 500% of your daily required intake. For men who struggle to absorb zinc, this highly bioavailable form is immensely valuable. Zinc deficiency is widespread among older men and is strongly associated with lower circulating T levels. If fresh oysters aren't practical, high-quality mussels or clams offer similar benefits, albeit in slightly smaller concentrations. Now for a crucial food: Brazil nuts. These are often overlooked, but they carry a secret weapon: selenium. This trace mineral is essential for thyroid function and, crucially, for the health and quality of sperm. Studies suggest selenium intake is associated with improved T levels and better overall systemic hormone health. But there is a serious caveat here: you must limit your intake. Brazil nuts are so potent that just 3 to 4 small nuts per day is sufficient. Any more than that, and you risk mineral toxicity. Consistency, not quantity, is the key here. Moving to food number 5, spinach. This is where we start talking about the magic mineral. Spinach is an excellent source of magnesium, which is directly linked to reducing SHBG. Think of it this way. Magnesium may help free the bound T, allowing it to move around the bloodstream and do its job. We've also seen data that specific dark vegetables contain significant amounts of boron. Boron appears to stabilize and protect T. I'll show you the simple 5-day protocol later in the script. You need to consume cooked spinach to break down the oxalates and maximize mineral absorption. A quick steam or sauté works perfectly. You can incorporate these first 5 foods perfectly, but if you include this one kitchen staple, you are hitting the reset button on your progress every single day. Before we continue, are you actively undoing all this effort without knowing it? We need to quickly address the biggest saboteurs. Your efforts will fail if your diet is still full of industrial seed oils, things like soybean, corn, and canola oil. These oils are chemically unstable and high in inflammatory omega-6 fats. Chronic low-grade inflammation disrupts the entire endocrine system and directly impedes hormone production. Furthermore, excessive sugar intake throws your insulin levels out of balance, which further depresses T production. A high-sugar, high-seed oil diet is the fastest way to undermine every hormone-boosting effort you make. Focus on healthy fats like butter, olive oil, and avocado oil. Let's shift focus from building blocks to protection. Aromatase is the hidden chemical villain turning your T into E. How do you stop it naturally? It starts with a simple spice you already own. Food number 6, ginger. This common root is an established anti-inflammatory agent, but certain compounds in ginger appear to actively reduce the action of the aromatase enzyme, thereby minimizing the conversion of T to estrogen. You don't need exotic recipes. Simply adding a thin slice of fresh ginger to your morning tea or grating a spoonful into your evening vegetable stir-fry is a highly effective, low-effort strategy. Food number 7 is the powerful, sweet anti-aromatase agent. This is where we reveal the surprising salad item I mentioned in the opening, pomegranate. Pomegranate juice and the fruit itself contain polyphenols and high levels of antioxidants. Research has linked daily pomegranate consumption to improved mood, reduced blood pressure, and, significantly, a reduction in the T to estrogen conversion rate. It acts synergistically with ginger to help stabilize your existing T levels. Unlike some fruits, the sugar content here is outweighed by the potent anti-estrogen compounds. Aim to incorporate the seeds into your diet, perhaps sprinkling them on your morning oats or yogurt. We are almost done with our list. Now let's tackle 2 more simple foundational foods that contribute powerful cofactors. Food number 8, pumpkin seeds. While Brazil nuts gave us selenium, pumpkin seeds deliver another powerful punch of zinc and, critically, magnesium. We talked about how magnesium helps free up usable T by potentially reducing SHBG. Pumpkin seeds are perhaps the easiest way to naturally get a consistent dose of magnesium. Keep a small container of raw pumpkin seeds and use them as a simple, high-impact snack. Food number 9 is crucial for morning stability, oats. Most men use oats for fiber and heart health, but the key T-boosting benefit is hidden inside a specific compound called avanacosides. These compounds are believed to interact positively with the pituitary gland, which signals the body to produce hormones. However, this activation needs magnesium to thrive. Therefore, consuming oats along with pumpkin seeds or a magnesium-rich dairy source creates a perfect hormonal synergy. Choose steel-cut or old-fashioned rolled oats over instant varieties. Finally, food number 10, specific mushrooms. We are primarily looking at white button and shiitake mushrooms. These mushrooms are unique because they often contain compounds that have been studied for their potential to block the enzyme that triggers aromatase. Furthermore, mushrooms are one of the few natural sources of vitamin D when exposed to UV light, which is crucial for immune and hormonal health. Cooking them briefly helps release these beneficial compounds. We've covered the 10 foods, but now we must address the 2 protocols that turn this list from a good diet into a powerful T-boosting machine. Earlier, I mentioned the crucial compound boron and how certain foods may double the effects of exercise when consumed in a specific way. Boron is a trace mineral highly concentrated in avocado, walnuts, and raisins. Clinical trials suggest boron may work quickly, stabilizing free T and reducing circulating estrogen. Here is the simple 5-day boron protocol. For 5 consecutive days, ensure you consume a handful of walnuts and a quarter of an avocado daily. This saturates your system with boron. After those 5 days, cycle off and focus back on your general mineral intake, like the magnesium from pumpkin seeds. This short-term loading strategy may maximize the protective effect of boron on your testosterone. Now for the final missing piece, the one thing you must drink every single morning to make all 10 foods work faster, especially for men over 65. The missing drink is black coffee. Not the sugary flavored latte, but plain black coffee. Coffee is high in antioxidants and specifically contains a compound called chlorogenic acid. Studies suggest that moderate, consistent consumption of coffee may be linked to lower SHBG levels. By drinking a cup of plain black coffee first thing in the morning, you may be priming your body to release and utilize more of the free testosterone that these 10 foods are helping you produce. For men sensitive to caffeine, a standardized green tea offers similar anti-SHB benefits without the intense caffeine spike. Let's address 2 final common concerns. First, cost. Quality food can be expensive, but you can adapt. Focus on the cheapest high-impact items: eggs, oats, spinach, and ginger. These 4 provide excellent returns on zinc, magnesium, and hormone precursors. If grass-fed beef is too much, look for high-quality lean ground turkey or chicken liver, which is also rich in essential nutrients. Second, timing and digestion. For men over 70, digestion often slows down. To maximize absorption, focus on smaller, more frequent meals. Pair your zinc sources, oysters, beef, with a small amount of healthy fat to aid absorption. You don't have to eat all 10 foods every day, but ensure you hit the core minerals, zinc, magnesium, and selenium, consistently throughout the week. We started with a promise: natural, science-backed solutions for muscle and energy. We have laid out the blueprint: 10 affordable foods that address the root chemical issues of T decline, from potentially reducing SHBG with magnesium to fighting aromatase with ginger and pomegranate. This isn't about popping a pill. It's about reclaiming control through mindful nutrition. If you found the detailed science and the practical protocols we shared today genuinely useful, please hit the like button on this video. Liking the video tells the platform that this evidence-based, natural information should be shared with other men who need it. And if you want functional protocols that help men age with strength and energy, subscribe and ring the notification bell. Commit to adding just 3 of these foods into your diet this week. Start small, be consistent, and observe the difference in your energy, focus, and drive. Your body is ready to rebuild. You just need to give it the right fuel.